Hello and welcome to the Mayster Players look back at the consoles of history. This could include handheld as well as home video consoles, and I think it'll be best to start from the beginning, as this particular side of the division would entail. So let's start with the very first home console, the Magnavox Odyssey. Now, I've done my research on this particular console, and here's everything I've managed to find out about it to let you all know, just fun facts and things. The Magnavox Odyssey, released in 1972. It was a very sort of weird looking, more sort of computer system rather than a console still, because it had very clunky controllers that didn't work so well, weird knobs, and a little third one. Really chunky wires that were just pretty long but impractical to use because they're just so clunky and nowhere near as thin as the ones we have now, I'll tell you that one for nothing. And the weirdest part about it would be the sort of display system. Now, when you played a game, there'd be two white blocks on the screen and they'd all be moving around and different things like that. But the games themselves are like chips, so chip 1, chip 2, chip 3, chip 4, they don't have names. And it was 12 in total, correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but you'd put them in and the blocks would then have different purposes. The magic of the system would come when you then had to go into the box of that the system came in and get the TV overlays. Now, you need the instruction booklet of this to tell which game matched which overlay, but you had to put an overlay and stick it over the telly screen, and then the blocks fulfilled their purpose. So you could play tennis, because the blocks are now on the screen with the tennis court overlay over the telly. So that is probably one of the most abnormal things I've ever heard, and I find it actually fascinating that is honestly the entertainment people got out of gaming back then. It's crazy to think now, when you think of the Series X and the PS5, that people could be that interested in something that boring to a young gaming audience now, the likes of me and other people probably watching this video too. So it's very weird to see how that things work. Plus, the accessories I've heard, sort of, you expect the Wii Zapper and things like that. Well, you know how in future generations, the toy guns and things like that, they've had to put little orange caps on them to obviously distinguish the real from the fake. Well, you see, one thing to learn about the Magnavox Odyssey is the guns for that system look like the real thing in every way, shape or form. There were no orange caps of any kind. That thing could kill you and knock you out cold. It was this massive thing that, I'll be honest, I'm not even sure it was practically usable for a console that wasn't particularly the most efficient, but I find it cool nonetheless. For a first effort into the home console market, I think it was fantastic. So I think that's everything I have to say about the Magnavox Odyssey, aside from the fact this could very well be wrong, don't quote me on this, but I think it sold 350,000 units. So with that out of the way, I think that's definitely everything I have to say on the Magnavox Odyssey. So I'll see you next time for what we need to discuss next. Goodbye.